All right, everybody. Welcome back to Shine's Room. Kind of an interesting day as you saw in the markets here. You started having that grind up higher, but you're tightening up now within a wedge. You have a lot of these big names in plays, a lot of these stocks going vertical, not just arena. Let's take a look at some of these stocks that went vertical recently. Rosetta Genomics right now, beautiful bull flag formation, tried to break out of that previous descending channel, succeeded. It's going to be very interesting to see where this stock wants to go. Look at Pharmacyclics. You want to talk about a winner right here? You want to talk about a stud? This stock was trading at $5 in early 2011. How's that for a move? Now trading at $54. Big moves. Broad Vision, one of the stocks that exploded and now started bottoming out here at these levels, at least for now, forming that beautiful head and shoulder formation, as you could just see right there. And there was just, what can I say, about a week like this, a day like this, we're just grinding right now. But definitely interesting week it's been. A lot of opportunity on the table, I would say. How about that Ameren? I mean, look, you know how long April has been talking about this Ameren? We saw this thing bottoming out on March 13th, right at $7.01 right here. Look at that. That's a 100% move there in Ameren, and just an absolute phenomenal, work by the community as a whole to bring this up. It was just an absolutely phenomenal play for those people who took especially long, maybe even out of the money calls, giving yourself a little time for something like this to pan out. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful follow through there in Ameren. Of course, I had my bids in the other day, and I couldn't get filled on any of them. It was just a little aggravating there for me. But just moving on to a little other things right here. We're going to take a look right now at this beautiful chart, and that is the Qs triangulating right now. What I did was I drew in yellow that triangle wedge of how I'm looking at it right here, and you're getting tight within the range. And the thing that is giving me conviction for the wedge is the tapering off of volume on the chart right there of the triple Q. So you see the volume tapering off at the moment. That is the conviction for the wedge. That is, in my technical opinion, what I believe the wedge to be. And you know what happens when you resolve out of a wedge? You potentially explode up or down. You get at least one good initial move, and you try to see if you could hold or not, but you do get that one explosive move to the up and down side. The way I'm going to play this wedge you see right here, I'm going to wait to see the Qs trade at the resistance or support levels. It's just very simple look for me right there. If you're by the support levels, I'm looking to maybe go in very lightly around those levels with a heavy conviction. And if we get that first blip below the levels and they shoot it down, that's when my conviction starts increasing, and that's where I start looking for the market to have a potentially oversold bounce and then let it digest from there. I don't know if the move will be real in the end. I don't know it will be fake. But come on, just think of it logically. How many millions of times did you see the Fed come out with a number and all of a sudden, the initial move just spikes up? And how many times is that a short? Or the initial move is a shoot down. How many times is that a good long? Because what it does is the computers drive it through these resistance and support levels. People come back in, scoop it up, bring it right back higher or lower, showing a reversal for the move. And then from there, it does its own thing. It'll either continue going higher, continue going lower. Nobody knows. But you do have a high conviction after you see these things happening. These things happening for me would be a resistance break right there on the triple Qs to the upside. Just to break it down a little, further right there, I just want to bring up a chart right now of the triple Qs. And you could just see what I'm looking at right here, $63.40. That coincides with the $63.43 over at daily resistance. That is an iron ceiling here for today. The floor support comes in a little bit lower here, $62.29. Look at this support and resistance line now touching. This is getting to be very interesting levels. Remember, we did just come off of a rising wedge pattern, which we did resolve in the triple Qs to the downside. Now bouncing up with low volume, very low conviction. I would argue this is a bear flag digestive pattern. I would argue that overall we look bearish, but you know what? I know the levels where I'm ready to take that bet, and I know I'm the levels where I'm ready to just go long anyway, looking for a bounce off of these support levels. So just know your levels there in your stocks. Again, draw these wedges, draw these channels, follow the market, because that's what's going to help you overall. Again, just absolute phenomenal stuff out there today. I murdered it basically right here in the interdigital. You know, beautiful breakout to the upside. Tried to pierce right there, 29.12. Look at that. We had our next target of 29.12 in interdigital. Remember, look at the high of the day, 29.12. We're reading this thing like a book. That's where I started taking off my positions. I'm still holding 60% of my calls. Made a nice, beautiful chop, over 500% gain on the majority of them. I think I hit the bid on some of those Julys, maybe made 480% gain on some of them. So just, it was an absolutely phenomenal call. Just one of those times where I'm able to see the most bullish setup, rest my conviction in there, and jump in. And of course, I will bring this up ad nauseum when we first brought ad nauseum. Well, this happened last week. Like, this was a very high conviction picture here for me, and I still have it up. And it was at on the 22nd at 3:30. The volume tapering off gives bullish credence to the falling wedge pattern. Some people would see this stock go from 30 to 26 and they're like, oh my God, how much further can this thing go down? And you can have a very defined risk with a very tight risk reward in a chart like that. And when you go back to a time like today, you see how it resolves. This is the resolution of the falling wedge pattern, which we were pointing out before, and you're getting that beautiful push out to the upside here. So congratulations. I know a lot of you guys killed it on Ameren. I know a lot of you guys killed it on Interdigital and a lot of these other high-flying names. But you know what? The opportunity's not done. You didn't miss the boat on anything yet. I promise you that. There's several ships coming up to shore. Just wait on the docks. Don't worry. Wait for your opportunity. It will be coming again. It's not over, so you don't need to feel the urgency to chase things. Apple trading at day lows. Watch out, market. I am overall bearish on a weekly pattern right here of your triple Qs, and we're going to see where we can go from here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little 115 presentation. I know it didn't start at 1:15. I try to hurry up and just get everything ready and organized for this. But I hope you guys nonetheless enjoyed the presentation. Happy trading, make money, and I will see you guys on the live